Hi, and welcome to the show. Again, we thank God that you can watch the show, whether it's in your bedroom, your kitchen, any other part of your home. We're excited to bring you D.A.P Ministries presents. I'm your host, the Reverend Willie Williams Jr. I've got some good information for you because remember, this is the fall time of the year. A lot of festivals going on, a lot of activities. Last week was Gentilly Fest, and it was outstanding, beautiful weather. It was a great time. Our co-host, he's going to tell you a little bit because we managed to get out there last week. But I always say to our viewers that if they have relatives and friends, go to the Lord Night Walk, go to see that devastation, but realize the restoration that the Lord is going to do. Tell your friends, tell strangers about the blighted property, about the overgrown lots, but tell them that those places need to come back, and really the streets need to get better as well. Again, we're happy to have our co-host, the Reverend Darrell Smith, also known as D.K. Smith, 9:40 a.m. on your radio dial. He has a saying that goes like this.
Thank you, Pastor. From 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., I'll take you home in style with a smile.
He has his finger on the pulse of what's taking place not only locally, nationally, but he has a global effect. This brother has people, relatives, maybe acquaintances over in Afghanistan. He got people in France, Paris, France. He's talking to people, out of Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you have a friend in Chicago?
Well, yeah,
and talked to from moving from Chicago and to come move and live in New Orleans. And I seen that picture. She was on that motorcycle.
That's right. Yeah, she's a former police officer. So yeah, I guess cops know cops. They let them. I wouldn't try to get on that motorcycle, but it's like
You think that's what she was doing in Chicago? Was a motorcycle cop?
No, she wasn't. She was a police officer. I know that much.
But you don't know she dealt with motorcycles.
I know
something drew her to that motorcycle.
Yeah, but you know what the thing about it is, and I share the fact that you said acquaintances. I like to consider them as subscribers because all they have to do is subscribe to YouTube. If they go to YouTube.com and go to the search engine and look up D.A.P Ministries TV show, they could come and they could be a subscriber, acquaintance, however you want to say it. But we've got over 200 and something shows within the YouTube, and so we remind everyone that if you cannot see this on Cox Cable 76 or what's the other thing,
Vimeo.
Vimeo, yeah. They could see it on YouTube. And so want to mention the fact that last week me and you had similar taste by going to the Gentilly Fest.
Well, you said we had similar taste.
I said similar.
We like good food.
Well,
I never disputed your food connoisseur, but I like good food, even though you may eat more than me.
Right, but no, I wasn't talking about that, but we had similar taste because we both voted early last week.
Oh, yes.
And knowing the fact that yesterday was the last day for early voting, remind everyone to go out and vote next Saturday,
the
which will be the 24th, because the main thing is that it's a national election. I mean, not national, a statewide election. So remind you to go out and vote and do your civic duty.
Exercise your right.
Exercise your right. And so I'm so glad I did that early. I have a couple announcements I want to make.
About the action.
Yeah. Well, one is the Living Waters Baptist Church, which is located at 2104 Elysian Fields Avenue. Kenneth L. McDowell is the pastor teacher. Well, they're inviting you to the pastor's 20th year appreciation service. It's going to be held this Sunday at 3 p.m., October 18th. And the theme is Keeping It All Proper Perspectives. And Reverend Dr. Cleveland Washington, pastor of Fairview Missionary Baptist Church, is the guest speaker. And also they're going to celebrate the 3rd annual musical. That's going to be on, that's past, I'm sorry. That was October the 9th. But the main thing is today, 3 o'clock p.m., you can make it out there to the Living Waters Baptist Church, 2104 Elysian Fields Avenue, for the 20th anniversary for Pastor Kenneth McDowell, who's also a part of the Union Baptist Theological Seminary.
He's our dean.
He's the dean, that's right. And churches supporting churches. And that's going to be with the Christian Unity Baptist Church, 1700 Conti Street. And what's happening is the 10th year anniversary commemoration and church fall revival. It's going to be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, October 28th to the 30th, 7 p.m. nightly with preaching and singing. And on they'll have Pastor Fred Luter.
That's Wednesday night.
That's Wednesday night, senior pastor of Franklin Avenue Baptist Church. And then there's Pastor Brenda Billups Square, lead pastor at the Beecham Memorial United Church of Christ. That's Thursday night. And on Friday night, Dr. C.T. Vivian
Vivian.
Yeah. Veteran civil rights activist. I've seen his picture before. Co-founder of Churches Supporting Churches. And again, remind you about the special church harvest for the observation. That's going to have fun and games. That's Saturday, October 31st, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m. And again, that's at Christian Unity Baptist Church. And I like to say my pastor, Reverend Eric Layton, is part of Churches Supporting Churches. And so we're looking forward to just helping out one another. And so that's what it's all about.
I think his choir is going to be doing
his choir,
one of the nights of the revival session.
Right. So remind you about that. We're looking forward to that. Now, I just said helping out one another. Well, we have our guest, and I'd like to introduce him. He's a brother. I guess I know him, but he knew me. That's the main thing. He knew me. He said, I know you. You know?
Is that right?
Yeah.
He's older than you or something?
I don't know about all that, but I just know that he knows me from being around in churches and everything. And then he's my neighbor. So when we had our night out against crime, I was passing out flyers and I spoke to him. And when I spoke to him, it really touched my heart because he has a genuine spirit of helping others. His name is Alfred Joseph, and we'd like to say welcome to the show, Brother Joseph. And the reason why I introduced you like that is because I understand that you have you consider yourself an entrepreneur, that you'd like to help people. And so could you explain your entrepreneurship?
Well, right now, I was in the hospital for 6 months, and the Lord provided me a way to heal from my back surgery and learn how to walk again. And he provided me a way to make a living. Right now I sell shrimp. And I know some fishermen that go out and shrimp, catch oysters, shrimp, and crabs, and they bring it to my porch, and I'm able to sell shrimp from my porch.
Get out of here.
And I was thinking it'd be a good project to teach the young people in churches and schools for fundraising if we were able to show them the process of the work that's done shrimping, and then the different stages where you move to as you move it from the shrimper to the wholesaler to the retailer and then the restaurants, and the different values of that. But so that we may be able to plant a seed in a young person to become a restaurant owner or an entrepreneur, knowing the process.
Yeah, and then that's good too, because I understand from the wholesale is one particular price, and then you go to retail, and then your restaurants, because you know when you get to the restaurant,
that's when the prices.
That's when the prices go up. I'd rather say, hey, can you hook me up, brother? Yeah, can you hook me up?
Yeah. But the diversity of that is a good idea for. And do you have a particular target group as far as what age group do you want to deal with these youths to get them involved in entrepreneurial training?
Well, I would think the junior high to the high school level, when children first go out and get jobs at McDonald's or something, and I want them to know that there's a reason why there's quality control. You know, there's value in, they count the number of cups, you know, so you can't just be giving stuff away to your friends when they come into the store. You have to know that you have to appreciate your opportunity having a job, but then understand that somebody has made an investment in training you and in the product. So you respect that, and through the whole process, you act as though you're an entrepreneur, because if your company doesn't make a profit, they won't need you there.
The good thing that you mentioned is it gives the potential of, if you're learning the business from the inside, eventually you can rise up and then you'll become the business owner. Yes. But you learn it from the inside. In other words, you just use an example of that cup costs something. It's not a free cup.
Yes.
And so if you keep giving away cups, then that cost goes up for that business, because I'm losing all my product and I'm not getting the return that I need to get. And so the good thing, I like what you're saying about teaching young people the value of economics, because once they learn the value, my mother used to say this when I was coming up. She used to say, y'all don't know what it costs to live. Y'all don't know this. Y'all don't know. Wait till you get old and start doing and stuff like that. And I listened to her and stuff like that, because, you know, when you're staying with your parents, they seem like they were complaining and say, well, you know, no, I didn't know the cost of the soap powder, the wash, the clothes. I really didn't care about the price of the eggs and the bacon and everything that I was eating for free. Yeah. But I was listening to her, and when I got on my own, I said, hey, she was right. It do cost. It do cost. Rent costs, gasoline costs, buying your own clothes costs, but I was blessed. I was blessed that the Lord blessed, like you said. I got a job at one of our corner stores. Italian guy, Sam Coladas, gave me a job and stuff like that, and I appreciated that. It wasn't that much money, but for me, it was a lot of money because it was every week I get paid.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Especially with the entrepreneurship, the idea that piggyback off what Pastor said, get paid. So a lot of people work for money, but I found out that if you like what you're doing, it doesn't become a job. It can become a career.
I love what you said, because you always say that in the past about your work at the radio station, but it's a career. You enjoy what you do.
I enjoy what I do and everything.
Yeah. Sometimes you're more at the radio station than you're at your house.
Guilty.
Because you love what you're doing.
I love what I do. But I want to say, we flash your name and everything up, but just give us the phone number just in case if somebody want to get in contact with you to find out more about how to become an entrepreneur and information like that.
504-884-8831.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so that's a good way to get in contact with you.
Yes.
And because the main thing is needed. That's what I was going to say. The fact that you got young people looking for jobs, young people looking for training, young people not really understanding the value of what it is, a work ethic. That's what I'm trying to say, a work ethic.
Well, they used to have, I don't know if you remember, you're probably too young.
I'm about closer to your age.
You're too young to remember.
I'm close to
DE, Distributed Education.
Yes.
And
they don't
so,
have that no more.
No,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
It's
trying to
great
tell
to
you.
know.
Distributed Education was an opportunity, and it was, I think it was afforded an opportunity for juniors and seniors.
That's
in other
right.
words, if they had so many classes, they would let them take so many classes in the
That's right.
daytime, and then in the evening they can go, and they got a grade for that.
That's right.
They got paid, but they got a grade for that.
Yes.
Because if you got fired, I think your grade suffered.
Yeah.
And so-
I remember that.
And the other things that are still going on is JA, Junior Achievement.
Yes.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Junior Achievement. And so, but what you're talking about is a grassroots opportunity for young people to learn the importance of the American economy and learning that stuff costs money. They even talking about it on most jobs, now the tech jobs. They say you get free lunch. They say after a while it won't be no free lunch.
Yeah.
The government's going to tax you for it. It may be difficult because
Right.
that's some of the advantages that you offer to a good employee. In other words, I'll feed you because you're doing such great work. I'll not only will I buy your lunch, but I'll bring a chef and make your lunch so that way I got more productivity with you staying on the job. You ain't leaving because you know I ain't saying you do that, but on your lunch break you might go, instead of taking a half an hour break, you might take a long hour break, extend to 3 hours.
Yeah, for some.
And I want to offer this to churches and schools, special programs for them to be able to have fundraisers. They can make money for the school and also educate the children.
Well, that's a good point there.
But I think the main thing that we're interested in is educating young people, getting them involved and teaching them the value of currency, letting them know that, look, if you buy the shrimp, you have to pay for the shrimp, and this is how you distribute the shrimp, and eventually you make up your mind that you want to buy something with the money that you made off of the shrimp. Alfred, we got to go.
Okay.
We're going to go to break, but we'll come back. We're going to have another guest. Right. But we want to thank Alfred. And again, Alfred, we're going to get back with you and find out the progress on how you're doing with this entrepreneurial opportunity. We're going to go to break. We ask you to stay tuned, and we got more information for you. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Poor nutrition today will increase Sarah's chance